In life, we all experience moments when we feel like we're being constantly scrutinized by others. Whether it's in a social setting or a professional environment, we might feel like the eyes of the world are on us. And no matter what we do, we can't seem to make others happy. We've all been there. Those moments where we wonder if we're good enough, or if others are silently judging us for things we might not even be aware of. Perhaps it happens during a casual group discussion. You just shared your thoughts, and you notice someone's brow furrow slightly. Instantly, doubts start to creep in. Did I say something wrong? Or maybe it's during a family gathering when an elder offers a suggestion on how you should live your life. And instead of brushing it off, you can't stop replaying their words, wondering if your life really isn't good enough. These kinds of experiences are more common than we think. We often live our lives cautiously, constantly aware of how others might perceive us. But have you ever stopped to ask yourself why we care so much about others' opinions? Why do we feel that their gaze is always critical, as though they're dissatisfied with us? The truth is, the person most likely to be critical of us is, in fact, ourselves. We have an idealized version of who we want to be, the perfect, accomplished, flawless person we envision in our future. When we compare that future self to who we are right now, we often feel inadequate. This constant cycle of self-criticism sparks a deep internal conflict, and over time, this conflict begins to cloud our judgment and peace of mind. From a psychological perspective, self-doubt is the root of inner conflict. When we constantly reject or criticize ourselves, it feels like there are two voices fighting within us. One voice says, I'm not good enough. I'll never be as good as others. I can't do anything right. But deep down, the other voice is yearning for recognition, saying, I want to be better. I want to be acknowledged for who I am. These conflicting voices create a tug of war in our minds, leaving us stuck in a cycle of confusion, anxiety, and self-doubt. Take, for example, a person who dreams of becoming a writer. After finishing an article, they eagerly share it with a friend. When they receive feedback, the self-critical voice immediately pipes up, See, you're not good enough. You'll never be a successful writer. But the person's passion for writing doesn't disappear. The other voice, filled with hope, whispers, Is that really true? I love writing. I want to keep getting better. This inner turmoil often leaves the individual trapped in self-doubt, unsure whether to continue pursuing their dream or give up altogether. Once inner conflict takes root, it can snowball into other areas of life, creating a cascade of negative effects. Emotionally, we may feel anxious, depressed, and irritable. We get stuck in a whirlwind of negative thoughts, which can feel impossible to escape. At times, we become so overwhelmed with the noise in our heads that we can't see our way out of it. Behaviorally, inner conflict can make us indecisive and hesitant. We might struggle to make decisions because we fear making the wrong choice. For instance, when deciding on a career path, we might worry about choosing something that isn't right for us. At the same time, we fear missing out on something better. This constant back and forth leads to missed opportunities as we hesitate and overanalyze, paralyzed by the fear of making a wrong decision. In relationships, inner conflict can also affect how we interact with others. We become overly sensitive and suspicious of how people perceive us. We second-guess their words or actions, imagining judgment where there may be none. This leads to misunderstandings, strained communication, and even feelings of isolation, as we become more concerned with others' thoughts than with being present and authentic in the moment. So, how do we break free from this cycle of self-doubt and inner conflict? The answer lies in learning to love ourselves. Self-love is not just a buzzword. It's a crucial practice for overcoming internal struggles and finding lasting peace within. 1. Accepting your true self. The first step towards self-love is accepting yourself for who you are, the real, imperfect version of you. This means acknowledging both your strengths and your flaws. Everyone has their unique qualities, and no one is perfect. Instead of rejecting your weaknesses, learn to embrace them as part of who you are. For example, if you're introverted and find social situations draining, instead of feeling ashamed of that, recognize the strengths that introversion brings, like deep focus and the ability to listen and reflect. It's important to understand that we don't need to be flawless to be worthy. We are worthy of love and acceptance just as we are. Once you can accept yourself with all your imperfections, you'll begin to notice that the inner conflict that once ruled you will gradually start to diminish. 2. Stop comparing yourself to others. Another key to self-love is to stop comparing yourself to others. Comparison is a thief of joy. When you constantly measure yourself against someone else's success, happiness, or progress, it only deepens your self-doubt. It's essential to recognize that everyone is on their own journey, and no two paths are the same. What matters is your progress, not someone else's. Instead of comparing yourself to others, compare yourself to who you were yesterday. Celebrate the small victories, the progress you've made, no matter how incremental. If today you're a little bit better than you were yesterday, that's something worth acknowledging. Each step forward is success, and it's important to take pride in those achievements. 3. Satisfy your own needs. Loving yourself also means taking care of your needs. Often, we're so focused on meeting the needs of others that we neglect our own. It's time to give yourself permission to prioritize your well-being. When you're feeling tired, take a break. Rest and recharge. If there's something you've been wanting to do, like attending a concert or going on a solo trip, don't push it aside out of guilt. Life is short, and we deserve to experience joy and fulfillment on our terms. Self-love isn't about being selfish. It's about recognizing your value and honoring your needs. By taking care of yourself, you'll be in a better position to take care of others, too. 4. Positive self-affirmation. One of the most powerful tools for overcoming inner conflict is positive self-affirmation. Every day, take a moment to acknowledge your strengths and accomplishments. When you face a challenge, remind yourself, I can handle this. I have the ability to overcome this obstacle. Even when you accomplish something small, like cooking a healthy meal or managing your time well, celebrate it. I'm doing well. I'm proud of myself. These small affirmations will gradually build your self-confidence and help shift your mindset towards self-empowerment. Dear friends, life is a challenging journey. During this process, it's inevitable for us to experience self-negation and inner conflicts. However, as long as we learn to love ourselves, accept our true selves, stop excessive comparison, meet our own needs, and practice positive self-affirmation, we will surely be able to resolve inner conflicts and embrace inner peace. Let's start loving ourselves from now on and embrace the powerful and unique self within us. Thank you for listening. Feel free to share your thoughts or experiences in the comments. If you enjoyed this episode and want more insights on cognitive evolution, don't forget to subscribe. Your support means a lot. See you next time.